While fleeing with his daughter, Jack witnessed an unusual scene. For pedestrians ahead, despite having perfectly normal vision, had blindfolded themselves with coarse burlap strips. They pushed shopping carts to feel their way forward, with spools of thread attached to the front of the carts and long ropes trailing behind them. Faced with this bizarre sight, Jack didn't panic but instead called out to them for help. However, the heavy-set man leading the group shook his head in refusal, while his companions impatiently urged them to keep moving. Jack understood their wariness, but desperate to get his daughter a proper meal, he quickly offered a bargaining chip. "I've seen several generators in a building, but the equipment is too heavy for me to move alone. I can take you there though." These words immediately caught their attention. They had been trapped in darkness for far too long, and their longing for light had become ingrained in their very souls. Just as the group hesitated, a cold, sinister wind suddenly swept up behind them. Not daring to linger, they decided to bring Jack back to their hideout first. Following the rope, they arrived at a building where everyone removed their blindfolds. Only then did Jack realize this was a bus terminal from before the apocalypse, sheltering over a dozen survivors inside. Everyone shared what little food they had and even brought Jack a bowl of hot soup. According to their agreement, Jack would lead them to find the generators at daybreak, so everyone went to bed early to rest up. What no one noticed was that Jack snuck into the office during the night and pocketed all the bus keys. By the time a woman detected movement, it was too late to stop him. Jack floored the gas pedal, and the bus careened wildly out of control. The vehicle flipped violently and crashed heavily to the ground. More than 10 survivors died on impact, with only a few managing to crawl out from the wreckage. Jack angrily demanded why the man had done this, but the man just stared at something behind Jack with a satisfied smile. Suddenly, fallen leaves and debris on the ground began floating upward. Some unknown presence was approaching. The man took just one look, and his eyes began to mutate. He picked up a shard of glass and decisively slashed his own throat. As a brilliant light shot up into the sky, the man stopped breathing. The woman felt her way out of the bus cabin, keeping her eyes tightly shut the entire time. But Jack forcibly pried open her eyelids, and in the next second, the woman's pupils also began to mutate. With a blissful expression, he walked toward the overturned bus and unhesitatingly used the wheel to end his own life. In the end, only Jack survived from the entire bus, without a trace of guilt in his eyes. Instead, his heart swelled with an unprecedented sense of satisfaction. At that moment, his daughter approached him. In Jack's mind, all these people's souls would be taken to heaven by God. And on this day, they had set their sights on yet another innocent woman.